Hey y'all, this is Audra Hicks, your Tennessee Realtor. I wanted to give y'all some things that you might need to get together before you contact a lender and get pre-approved on a home. So stay tuned because I put the real in real estate. Go over a list of documents and things that a lender may need when you are going to get pre-approved for a loan to go buy your home. So I thought this might help you because the process can be easier if you on the front end get all of your documents together and prepare for the things that will be asked in your application. Now, to do an application with a lender, sometimes if you need it by phone, you can do it by phone, or they have a lot of my lenders have apps or links that can be sent to you, and you go straight online if you have internet and you are savvy about that kind of thing. You can go online and fill out the application. Now, you can upload all your docs. Now, you can either do that by scanning in or scanning it on your phone and sending it in to them as well. So, anything that they might need proof of, then they're going to need a documentation from you, a PDF form of that. So income documentation is what they will need. Usually, I think it's like 30 days of pay stubs, year to date on there of your current employer. Now, this is a W-2 employee. If you are not self-employed, you'll be W-2. W-2 forms, they need copies of W-2 forms for the past 2 years as well. So have that handy. Tax returns, they need that for the past 2 years, your Form 1040, including all schedules. So now on the flip side, if you are self-employed, they're going to need 2 years of tax returns, your profit and loss statements, business tax returns, 1099 forms for the past 2 years. We've been self-employed for 32 years, so I'm well versed on the self-employment side as well too. It's usually easier if you are not self-employed on a lender to get you pre-approved and stuff, because there may be a lot more things they need if you're self-employed anyway. But keep in mind, this is a list of general guidelines. There's probably going to be a lot more things that they're going to ask, especially the underwriter during the process. But what we want to do is get you pre-approved in the beginning to know what you can go shop for as far as house. I don't like to take any buyers out until we have already had that. I don't want to set anybody up for a failure on anything. So I don't want you to tell me that, oh, I can afford a $400,000 house when you really don't know that you can do that. So why set somebody up for failure, get them to love a home and fall in love with one if they can only afford a $300,000 house? I mean, I'm just giving out numbers, not saying anything about that. But I don't want you to get your hopes up on a house if it's something that you cannot buy. So now they need to do employment verifications. They will call your employer during the process. They're going to verify the employment, verify your income, things like that. And then the day of closing, they usually call your employer to make sure you still have the job when you sign on the line. Now, I've heard that they call afterwards too to make sure that you still have the job. Don't know what they can do afterwards, but they may call. So, that's a question for a lender, maybe. So, asset documentation, bank statements for all checking accounts, savings, investment accounts for the past 2 to 3 months. So, get that ready. Online, if you can go online with your bank, you can usually download PDFs, and you have to send them every page. You cannot stop. If it has a blank page even, and it says page 2 of 10, you still include that blank page where it shows it's 2 of 10, because they don't like any of those documents to be left out. Okay. So the complete bank statement. And so statements for retirement accounts, such as your 401ks, your IRA accounts, things like that. If you I've talked a lot today. If you need to get a gift as far as your down payment from a family member, then they're going to need a gift letter from them. The lender will tell you exactly what you need, but some family members will gift a down payment as far as, their down payment. And they just have to have proof of where that came from. So they may need that. So they will need the documentation to pull the credit, or the authorization to pull the credit. They either get that by phone when they're talking to a buyer on the phone and get the authorization to pull it, or it will be in your link when you go to do that all online. So, debt information. They need a list of current debts. So, provide a list of outstanding loans, credit cards, and other debts, along with minimum monthly payments. You need all that info in the during the process. What they're going to need up front is all of that when you do the application. That way they can get your DTI, or your debt to income ratio, and figure all that out. So lots involved in trying to get you pre-approved for a home. And then proof of identity and residency: a valid photo ID, a driver's license, government issued ID, passport, things like that. Proof of residency, utility bills, or documents that verify your current address as well. Then additional information they may need: if you are divorced or separated, they're going to need to get your divorce decree, separation agreements, and child support documentation, if you have that, or that's part of it. Any bankruptcy or foreclosure history. If you've experienced bankruptcy or foreclosure, please provide relevant information and documentation on that. And then rental history. Some lenders may request rental history, and that is to assess your credit worthiness. So if you have a landlord that can write you a letter and show that you have paid your rent and all of that, just get with the lender. The lender will tell you things that they need. So if you don't fill out all the application, they're going to need to get with you, and or you get with them and figure out what it is that they might need. As a buyer, some buyers do not understand some of the things that they ask for. So always just reach out to that lender and verify what they're asking, and then fill it out. But fill it all out to the best of your ability, and then that will help speed up the process of getting you pre-approved. Again, some lenders just have you fill out an application, give you more of a pre-qualification, and they might have checked your credit, but they haven't checked all the rest of it yet, or they might not have it all in. But I like it when the lender has went a step further and done all of that, because we never want to go get our hopes up on a house and be in our contract if if a buyer might think that they make $25 an hour and it's really $24 an hour instead. um it just might change what you can qualify for. Interest rates come into play, your what your credit score is, how long you've been on your job. All of this stuff that I just went over has something to do with getting pre-approved for your loan. So always pay your things on time. Get your documentations that you need. Have all of this handy before you fill out an application. But don't be scared to talk to a lender or anything like that. That's what they're there for, is to guide you through that process, and make it as smooth as possible. Now, there are going to be things that an underwriter during the process will probably ask you for to verify certain things, or to give them more documentation on stuff. So during the process, a lender may say, here's some things that the underwriter's asking for. So if you can get that to them in a timely manner, that is always, always the best thing to do. So hopefully that helped you today. If you like my content, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye, y'all.